Hello everybody and welcome back to the virtual class of Network and Cyber Security 15 EC 835. Let's continue our discussion on IP security, which is module 3. In the previous class, we completed our discussion on applications of IP security and benefits of IPsec or IP security, which comes under IP security overview. Today, we will be covering IPsec documents and IPsec services. Moving on to IP security documents, now this IPsec encompasses three functional areas, namely authentication, confidentiality, and key management. And the documents can be categorized into the following groups, that is architecture, authentication header, AH, encapsulating security payload, ESP, internet key exchange, IKE, cryptographic algorithms, and several others. So as I mentioned, there are three functional areas in IPsec, namely authentication, confidentiality, and key management. Also, the documents are categorized as architecture, AH, ESP, IKE, cryptographic algorithms, and several others. Let us now look into each of these documents in detail. So first we have the architecture. Now this architecture basically covers the general concepts, security requirements, definitions, and mechanisms which is defining the IPsec technology. And the current specification for the architecture is RFC 4301, which is Security Architecture for the Internet Protocol. So basically, this architecture is going to cover or define the general concepts, security requirements, definitions, and mechanisms which are related to IPsec technology. So next we have the AH or authentication header, which is nothing but an extension header to provide message authentication. So the main work of this AH or authentication header is to provide message authentication. And the current specification for this authentication header is RFC 4302, which is IP authentication header. Next we have encapsulating security payload, which is ESP, and this ESP consists of an encapsulating header and trailer, which is basically used to provide encryption or combined encryption and authentication. So what ESP contains? It contains header and trailer, and it is used to provide either encryption only or encryption along with authentication. Then the current specification for this ESP is RFC 4303, which is IP encapsulating security payload, which is nothing but again ESP. Then next we have the Internet Key Exchange or IKE. Now this IKE is basically a collection of documents describing the key management schemes for use with IPsec. So what is the use of IKE? It describes the key management schemes which are to be used with IP security. The main specification for Internet Key Exchange or IKE is RFC 5996 Internet Key Exchange IKE-v2 protocol, but there are a number of related RFCs as well. Then comes the cryptographic algorithms, which encompasses a large set of documents that define and describe cryptographic algorithms for encryption, message authentication, pseudorandom function, that is PRFs, and cryptographic key exchange. So this cryptographic algorithms contains documents that describe various cryptographic algorithms for encryption, message authentication, and pseudorandom functions, along with cryptographic key exchange. Lastly, there are also a variety of other IPsec related RFCs, including those dealing with security policy and management information base, which is nothing but your MIB content. Next we have the IPsec services. Now this IPsec provides security services at the IP layer by enabling a system to select required protocols, determine the algorithms to use for the services, and put in place any cryptographic keys which are required to provide the requested services. Now, the various services which are provided by IPsec include access control, connectionless integrity, data origin authentication, rejection of replayed packets, which is nothing but a form of partial sequence integrity, confidentiality, which means encryption, and limited traffic flow confidentiality, where access control is a method of limiting access to a system or to physical or virtual resources. It is basically a security technique that has control over who can view different aspects, what can be viewed, and who can use resources in a computing environment. Next is connectionless integrity, which is again a service that detects modification of an individual IP datagram. Then we have data origin authentication, which is a security service that enables entities to verify that a message has been originated by a particular entity and it has not been altered or modified later after it is being sent. Now, coming to the rejection of replayed packets, this is also called as anti-replay, which is again a security service where the receiver can reject old or duplicate packets in order to protect itself against replay attacks. Next, we have confidentiality, which means to protect information from being accessed by unauthorized parties. And finally, limited traffic flow confidentiality means it is basically a service to protect against traffic analysis. So, this was about IPsec documents and its services. I'll stop here today. We will continue in the next video. Thank you.